Hey, what's up? My name is Sam, and what in the heck? How did this happen? Who are you people? Where did you come from? Yeah, that's still a classic. Seriously though, thank you all for the tremendous support on the TAS. It's insane how much this project, which by the way was literally just a random personal project that I didn't think I'd actually follow through with, blew up as much as it did. For real, more people have commented on this video than people I've interacted with in my entire life. It's crazy. So, as a reward for all the support, I thought I'd treat you guys to just a little bit more fast Kirby action by answering the crucial question: how bad can a TAS beat King Dedede in Gourmet Race? There are three main objectives of this challenge. 1. Collect as much food as possible to increase our score. 2. Make sure Dedede doesn't get any food for himself. And 3. Do all this while still managing to eke out the win in the race. By the way, if you don't know what a TAS is, I have a link in the description to tasvideos.org. All the information you need is there, but in super duper short terms, I'm basically just playing this game in slow motion and then playing it back in real time, so that's why it looks like I'm really good in this game. This first track doesn't diverge too much from the normal TAS, there are just a few extra jumps to collect some food. Of course, I use backwards puffing here liberally in order to both reduce jump height and conserve aerial momentum. I inhale these two foods from afar since they're too high up to collect normally, and then cancel the swallowing animation by landing in the water for just a few frames. I continue to use inhaling to eat food here, so I don't have to break away all the blocks. Food can also be eaten by throwing a projectile at it for some reason. I use that here to collect the maximum tomato. Moving on to the second race, the level design here is much more complicated, which makes for some especially wacky movement and routing. I have to jump really high to collect this food, so I quickly inhale while falling so I can avoid bouncing on the ground when I land, which would waste time. I actually can't collect all the food up here because Dedede goes for whatever food that I'm not going for. This means that I have to fall to the ground in order to bait him into going up, and then use some puffs of air to yoink the food away from him at the last second. The paths in the track diverge up here, so I unfortunately am gonna have to miss some more food. Not this bread though, I sniped those. Although I couldn't get all the food in this track, I got a pretty nice amount. What's important is that Dedede stays at 0, so he can know his place. Here's hoping I can maintain that pace going into the final track. For this third race, if you've seen the full game TAS, then you're probably expecting wing here. In which case I bet you feel real stupid right now. Everyone knows ninjas eat food by kicking and throwing knives at it, so it's the best ability here by a fair amount. Especially since I can quickly take care of these vertical sections with counters and wall jumps. Up here I pause 3 times. This is because these blocks can break while the game is in the process of unpausing, allowing me to get through them quicker in terms of in-game time. Canceling Ninja's kicks with backwards puffs is not faster than Kirby's running speed like it is outside a Gourmet Race. However, it is still incredibly useful for retaining momentum in water. While you watch this, just remember that swimming is supposed to make you move slower. You may notice that while I wall jump up here, I smack my face on the wall every time before jumping. This actually cancels the wall jump end lag, allowing me to wall jump faster than I'd normally be able to. Ninja is so dang fast that I've pretty much collected all the food at this point. Since you don't get anything extra for beating the race quicker, I decided I'd give good old King Dedede a visit just to show him what's up. Ah yes, a Kirby in his natural habitat. Here we see him mark his territory on the finish line before delivering one last battle cry and completing the race. And thus ends my mini TAS challenge to beat Dedede as badly as possible. I know this was a short one, but I mainly made this video just as a big thanks to everyone who just started supporting this channel out of nowhere. Let me know in the comments what kind of content y'all want to see from me, whether it's more TASes or challenges of this game, or really any other game for that matter, and I'll take every suggestion into consideration. Until then, my name for the past 4-ish minutes has been Sam, and I will now hit the stop recording button.